How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and we are back with a brand new series on the channel. And some of you that have been around since the beginning probably remember that I did have an MLB The Show franchise mode at one point in time. I used to have a PlayStation, I got an Xbox, and unfortunately that meant saying goodbye to MLB The Show, but it is finally back. I am finally on Xbox playing MLB The Show, and I know I'm a couple months into the season, but I figured I'd let everything get ironed out. I know there were some issues to start the season with the offline modes. Diamond Dynasty, the servers have been quite chaotic, but I've been playing a lot of that, so I've been having a lot of fun. I did a little bit of a test with the New York Mets, which is my favorite team. But I finally get to say, guys, I'm going to be using my hometown team in an MLB The Show franchise mode. We are finally going to get a major league team who's playing in my hometown of Buffalo. I guess I can't exactly say that they are my hometown team because they technically are not the Buffalo Blue Jays, but they are playing in Buffalo. Yes, guys, we are going to be doing a Toronto Blue Jays franchise mode. They are playing in Buffalo. So I figured, why not? For once in my life, and the only time in my life I'll probably ever get to say, my hometown team has a major league team playing there. So we're going to use the Toronto Blue Jays. We're going to get all set up in this episode, guys. If you are excited for MLB The Show returning to Xbox and excited for MLB The Show returning to Ryebread SN, go ahead and leave a like on this video. Let's get it to 10 likes if we can. As you guys can see down there, the Buffalo Bisons are usually the AAA affiliate. Yes, they are. But the Toronto Blue Jays are playing here due to COVID and some other travel restrictions, and I think their stadium is under construction. A lot of things led to them playing in Buffalo yet again. So the past year, Toronto's been in Buffalo here. So we are going to be using the Blue Jays, guys. We're going to leave GM contracts on. I normally turn like owner mode GM contracts off for my NHL franchise mode, which is what I normally do on this channel. But I love the way they have it set up in MLB The Show. We've got goals. I believe our goal is to reach the postseason and then at some point make the ALCS. Those are our goals as the GM of the Blue Jays. And I like the added pressure because I feel like I can really go all in with MLB The Show. I should be able to achieve that if I'm doing everything right. And you know, the trading system, I can use that. And, you know, I believe we have a roster that in a few years should be worthy of fighting for the AL pennant. So we're going to leave GM contracts on. Obviously, we're not going to do a fantasy draft or legend free agents. I'm not going to do any of that. CPU trading is on. Force trades off. And I like the extra inning runner rule. So I really do like that a lot. I think it makes games go quicker, especially when they get into extra innings. You guys got to let me know down in the comment section. Do you want me to jump in to the moments? Do you guys want me to play the moments that happen throughout the season? If we got to close out a game, if we got to come back and rally, do you guys want to see me jump in and see if I can put my stamp on it as manager? I mean, Ryebread's going back to the dugout. Am I going to be able to help them out? Or you guys think I should let the CPU just do it all on their own? Should I just simulate through the day? I kind of feel like the calendar sim can get boring at times. So I know my vote would be to jump in and hit. We can make some storylines from that, which makes it exciting. But you guys let me know if you just want to see me blitz through this via the calendar and win as many World Series as I can for Toronto. Anyway, we are going to manually manage everything here. From scouting is pretty straightforward in MLB The Show. I wish it lets you do it a little bit longer, not just, you know, for 2-3 months and then all of a sudden there's the draft. And then obviously the fun part is the trades and the free agency and the roster moves and the 40-man. I actually don't like setting the lineups in rotations, so as much as I'd love to take that to auto, I'm gonna leave it as manual because I'd like to, you know, get a real feel for how the team is performing. Get my hands on. I'm obviously going to be GM and manager. Well, not really manager. We're going to have a manager, but I'm going to basically tell him what to do and he's going to listen. But we are going to hire and fire the staff, do the 40-man and all that goodness. So we are going to just take control of everything here, guys. We are going to start, I think we're going to start in spring training. Why not? We're going to start in spring training and see just exactly what we need. Contract extensions. So Kirby Yates, the 34-year-old, he's 88 overall, though. He's somebody that we can maybe look to see how he's going to do. Bo Bichette, Cavan Biggio, Semyon, who's just, I believe, was the player of the month for the month of May. So those are three guys right there that I definitely want to bring back. Biggio being, you know, 25, Bichette being 23. I completely left out Hernandez there. Forgive me, I am not completely aware of the entire Toronto Blue Jays roster, which is what this episode is going to be. It's going to be familiarizing myself with the team, getting stuck in and really figuring out who we have and who we got to look for. But I'm a National League fan, so I know more National League players than I do American League players. Anyway, let's go ahead and just see what we got started here. We got transactions. Player search is a fantastic feature. I love it, but you don't need to tell me what it is. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the roster here. I actually believe there's a better way to look at the roster. We take a look at the depth chart. There we go. So Hyunjin Ryu is our ace, and then Robbie Ray, Tanner Roark, Steven Matz. I know Steven Matz from the Mets here. He's okay. I was never his biggest fan in New York. His ERA was never good besides his rookie season. So you can see here, they've got his WAR in there as well. He had actually a good second year. 3.0 is not bad, but he's not been really good lately. And maybe a change of scenery here in Toronto. He's a sinker baller. I don't know why out of all the guys I'm highlighting Steven Matz when Hyunjin Ryu is our ace. I mean, changeup, cutter, four seam, curveball, sinker. He's a movement pitcher, and as you guys can see here, oh, I can't change that. Okay. Yeah, he's just in Toronto for his second season. He was 5-2 last season. His ERA was a 2.69, which I think is pretty good. 1.15 WHIP. A WAR of 1.8. Obviously, he came from the Dodgers, where they're gonna help him out a lot with getting a lot of hits for him. So that's gonna help out some of his stats there, probably. Taking a look at his contract, he's signed through 2023 for $20 million. So that's something else we have to take account of. Is our budget. We got to take a look at the budgets here. Our player budget, you can see the salaries drop off massively. We have a lot of free agents. Semien or Roark being the two best players, I believe, or the two highest paid players. They're the two highest paid players. The best player coming up is Kirby Yates, obviously. Teoscar Hernandez, Teoscar? I think it's Teoscar Hernandez from the Dominican Republic. Pretty good power hitter, and I think one of the things I noticed is we definitely have a good power on the team. I gotta, where is that? I think it's in standings or something like that. Oh, there it is. Just go up here. You can see we ranked 20th overall, but 14th in contact and 8th in power. So we're a pretty good batting team. If I need to improve anywhere, it's pitching and defense. I know Vlad Guerrero's not rated very highly in defense. Speed is fine. Speed is one of those things that it's nice to have, but if I'm going to prioritize anything, it's going to be defense and power. Pitching is probably the one I always look to, but you do need to score runs. Trust me, I'm a Mets fan. I've seen plenty of good pitching go to waste due to a lack of good hitting. So power, pitching, defense, probably in that order is what I would look for. Taking a look at the depth chart again, you guys can see here, 21st in starting pitchers. Robbie Ray being our second pitcher probably could be upgraded. I mean, he's got decent stuff, but his hits per 9 at 68 is not good. He does get a decent amount of strikeouts with that good K per 9. Does not really hold off walks very well. What was his whip? Yeah, his whip last season, 1.9. He came off a horrible season where he was, I think he was traded to Toronto. He was definitely not on Arizona the whole season. But I can't see anything about that. But his contract is $8 million for the rest of this season. Anyway, the outfield is looking pretty good. They got George Springer, who I know has been on the injured list all season. He's a really good hitter. 70s in the contacts, 80s in the power. His vision in the 70s, like, he's a good hitter. His fielding's all right. And 70 speed is nothing to complain about. And then we got Teoscar Hernandez here, who we already highlighted. Needs better contact, but has a pretty good arm, very accurate. It's not very strong with 69. Same thing as Springer. And then Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Out in the left field here, 87 B potential at 27. Definitely somebody that for that contract I'm going to keep around. You can see he's a very good hitter against lefties. He's okay against righties, so that's something to keep in mind. Vision's fine. And his fielding, he's got good accuracy, but his arm strength is not as good, probably, which is why we're playing him in left field. 44 speed's not great as well. How much is Teoscar Hernandez? 71 speed. Obviously, the big name on the Blue Jays right now is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 74 overall at just 22 years of age. A potential. Needs to work on his contact against lefties and power against righties. I always hate that when they have, one like contact but no power, and then power but no contact against certain pitching types, because I'd rather them be really good against righties. So like if he had 78 and 71 for his righties and then 44, 54 against lefties, that's fine. I'd be able to manage that better, but now I don't know exactly kind of what hitter he is on any given day, right? Against the starting lefty, he's going to hit for power, but against the starting righty, he's probably just going to get on base, and who knows, it might be the best of both worlds, but definitely not a speed demon. His fielding is fine for a first baseman. You can see here, I believe he's having a really good, really good season in real life. 1.4 was his WAR last season. Yes, I take a lot. I put a lot of stock into these advanced analytics. His runs created dropped in his second season, but his WAR increased. So he struck out less, which was good. He drew more walks, just barely. And his at-bats per home run dropped. So it's good to see him hitting for power more. He's obviously going to have, another good season here, and especially in game, we're probably going to look to him a lot. Kirby Yates, our relief pitcher here, 34 years of age. We'll see how he does this season. He's probably not going to be the first guy I extend. Danny Jansen, 26th at catcher. Our DH here, Rowdy Tellez or Randall Grichuk are our DHs, which is fine. Cavan Biggio here at third base. He's really a second baseman, but he can play pretty much anywhere. Because we got Marcus Semien, who's in a contract here, who is a shortstop, and then Bo Bichette, who's also a shortstop. I like his fielding, his speed of 61. Semien is 78, 68. I might not play Bichette at shortstop. Biggio here has got good fielding. He's got a good arm. I think his arm is going to be valuable for us there. Semien does not have a very strong arm, so maybe Bichette stays at shortstop. I'm going to have to ask you guys for a lot of advice. If you are Blue Jays fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about what I should be doing with the roster here. I believe Yates is a closing pitcher too, so hopefully we can see a lot of saves out of him this season. He had 41 in San Diego in 19. He only played 6 games in 2020. Coming to Toronto now. Let's see if he can get off to a good start. But Randall Grichuk is our reserve outfielder, it appears. Good power. Again, we're a team with good power. He's very durable, which is nice to see for a backup outfielder. But Joe Panik here is an expiring contract. He's okay. He's a fine depth player. 60s in his contact. He's just going to get on base, which is fine. I'm not going to complain about that. He's going to be our middle infielder there. We need maybe some guys at the corners. Vlad Guerrero is 23rd, but I mean, I don't want to replace Vlad Guerrero, obviously. Danny Jansen or Reese McGuire. And then we've got Gabriel Moreno, who's got a potential at the age of 19. He's got okay hitting stats for a catcher. I'd like to see his fielding and his defensive stats go up just a bit, but with a potential at 19, Gabriel Moreno could be a guy for the future. We got Danny Jansen, who's 25, and then Reese McGuire, who's 25 as well. We'll see which one of these guys ends up being the better of the two players. Danny Jansen is got 60s in his power, whereas Reese McGuire seems to be the better all-around hitter. His arm strength being only 56. I'm definitely going to start Danny Jansen. Don't want to get stolen on a whole lot. And then we got Alec, Manoa, and then Woods Richardson. Oh, Simeon Woods Richardson. Okay, that is a very long name. But he's 19 with a potential. And then we got Alec Manoa, 22 with a potential. So we got a lot of potential coming up. We just need to supplement it for now. Catcher's not a position I'm necessarily worried about. I know there's 74s, but Danny Jansen can hit for some power. He had 6 home run last season. I keep forgetting last season was a shortened season. Only about 60 games. So 13 home runs in 2019. He did about half that in less than half the games. So that's a good pace. Growth for him. The bullpen looks fine to me. I can't really complain about the bullpen all that much. We got our closer, Julian Merriweather here, 28. He's got deep potential. He's not going to really be much, but he throws hard out of the bullpen. Maybe somebody that could be a setup man, middle reliever. Ross Stripling here. Obviously, I'd like to see my bullpen be a little bit better than this, but overall, I'm not going to make any sweeping changes until I hear what you guys have to say down in the comment section. I want to hear honest things. I don't want to go after Aaron Judge right? Obviously, we're not going to be able to get that to go through, make a trade. You know, obviously, Yankees, Aaron Judge, suggest a trade. It would take us Teoscar Hernandez, Biggio, and McGuire. I don't want to do that. Teoscar Hernandez is a fine outfielder. Biggio is somebody who can play pretty much anywhere on the infield for us and has got good potential at just 25. And then Reese McGuire. I'd give up Reese McGuire. But that's about it. I don't think I'm going to take Reese McGuire for Aaron Judge straight up. So you guys let me know, where do you think I should be improving this roster? Clearly, we can see that, where are we here? Here we are. Our ranked 20th in team rankings is not good enough. We need better pitching. That's, like, honestly, the first thing. Defense isn't exactly a priority. If we can get strikeouts and easy groundouts and flyouts and things like that, I'm fine with it. I think that's the first thing I do want to improve, though, is the starting pitching. If we take a look at the trade block here, there's nobody on the trade block, obviously, because we're in spring training. Free agents, there is Roberto Osuna. No, thank you. Cole Hamels, Edwin Encarnacion, but they're not really helping us. Jake Odorizzi could be a guy to go after. I mean, he's 31. It'd be a year. I can't see just starting pitchers, but as you can see, he'd probably be tied for our second best starting pitcher with Julian Merriweather. So could be a guy to go after. Shane Green here to help out the bullpen. There are quite a good amount of, Derek McDonald at 19 at 75. Could be a very good backup. He's got absolutely no power, so I think I'm going to pass on that one. Leandro Reyes. Yeah, some of these guys. Rick Porcello to start for us. Obviously, there's some Band-Aid work that could be done in free agency. We could get to the regular season and see what we want to do as far as potential trades. I think we're only that bad at third base and first base simply because we don't have anybody on the bench for it. That'd be my guess. But as you can see, that bottom half of the diamond here, starting pitching, catching, the corners, the bullpen, all need to improve. Really what I want to improve on first is getting somebody else for the bullpen, or not the bullpen, for the starting rotation. Because you take a look at our five-man rotation, it's Ryu, Ray, Rourke, Matz, and Pearson. I'd like to get another R name in there. If anything, Woods Richardson is almost there. He's just got to get rid of Woods in his name. But Ryu, Ray, Rourke, Matz is stretching it a bit for my liking. He's a lefty, though. We do have two lefties, three lefties. We actually need a righty. Are you kidding me? Nate Pearson here maybe could come out of the bullpen as the long reliever. Let him grow a bit. He's only 64 overall. I don't want him getting shelled. He throws pretty hard, too, for a starter. So I'll take that. He's somebody I'm optimistic for the future. But I think for now, maybe signing just one guy out of free agency, right? Signing a Odorizzi instead of a Samardzija. Jeff Samardzija. I'm going to go with Jake Odorizzi. Is the guy I would probably look to target. He's pretty average all around. He's nothing spectacular, but he's solid. He's an improvement on what we got. That would make Matz the fifth man in the rotation. It would probably boost our starting pitching too. So we can see, I think maybe third baseman potentially could be solved. Third and first. I mean, obviously first base is just because Vlad's only a 74, but he's gonna get better. He's already really good. It's just because he's only a 74. But third base is another area we could look to improve. We take a look at the roster. We'll sort by potential here. You can see Vlad's got the best potential, followed by Bo Bichette. So, you know, these two guys playing in our infield is going to be really solid going forward. I don't want Vlad playing third just because his arm and his fielding is not that good. He's on the hot corner there. I'd like to stick him at first. His fielding won't affect him, and he can just focus on batting, right? Bo Bichette clearly is, you know, one of those players that's kind of all around good. His fielding is fine. His arm strength could be a little bit better, which is why he's not going to play third. He's going to stay at shortstop, I think. 61 speed's not bad. Then we've got Alec Manoa, the starting pitcher, who I highlighted here. Looks very, very promising and solid. He's 22. Joaquin Diaz, the center fielder at 22, also looks promising. Should probably be a bit higher than A level. He's got 98 speed. I'm going to move him to AAA because he's a 73 overall. So I think he's good enough for it already. We got Woods Richardson here, Gabriel Moreno, Nate Pearson, and then, we're starting to get some of the older guys. Adam Kloffenstein here could be maybe a closer someday. Where is his 66 stamina is actually not bad at all. It's probably going to be a good middle reliever. Could be one of the better ones in the game at some point. But you can see here, we do have quite a few A potentials. Miguel Geraldo, or Elvis Martinez, both guys that need to work on their hitting. They need to hit the batting cages for sure. I believe there is a way to specifically train players on certain attributes. Training, there we go. Training tutorial. It's automatically selected. But you guys, should I be doing this? Those of you that are veterans, should I be doing my automatic training, or should I be doing the training myself? But I think I've thrown enough questions at you guys for now. I'd like to have this be as interactive of a series as possible. So leave your comments down in the comment section. The funniest comment and the most helpful comment will be featured on the next episode, guys, at the start. So hopefully we get some of you guys that are funny, and hopefully we get some of you guys that are very helpful, or potentially both. If it's helpfully funny or funnily helpful, then you can feature on both categories. But guys, leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.